All right, y'all. Mainly doing a re-intro because I'm making this shit a YouTube series on the second channel or the live channel. I'm bringing y'all H2K predictions. So we're gonna primarily do this with MMA, but I might also do it with like a little bit of boxing. Not the biggest boxing guy, but mainly like if I'm not doing MMA, it's probably gonna be like wrestling or and that's like real wrestling, not pro wrestling. Even though I'm a fan of both, or Muay Thai, kickboxing. I prefer all those over boxing. So yeah, but today, first episode of H2K predictions is gonna be this is one of the biggest UFC cards we've had in a while. Uh, there we go, Chimaev versus Strickland. Um, So a little bit of background on just like knowledge, so y'all don't think I'm just up here making shit up. I've been watching MMA. Started like probably end of middle school. Yeah, probably end of middle school is when I really started watching MMA. Yeah, and then like I slowly progressed into like other combat other combat sports. I like slowly built my knowledge up. So I've stayed on top of this sport for fucking how long? Like 7-8 years. I've been watching like every card. Like I watch. Hold on, let me fucking fix this ring light because that shit makes me look horrible. Um, yeah. So I haven't missed a card in fucking forever. Especially now with like Paramount. I never miss cards. So, damn, I'm trying to think. Nah, that should be fine. That should be fine. All right. Shout out Paramount because that deal's good as fuck. I don't care what anybody says. I get the ads suck, but it's worth it in my opinion. So yeah, May 9th, UFC 328, Chimaev versus Strickland. So we're gonna go to the early prelims. Um, I'm not a betting man, but let's just say I've given some predictions for like other people, and they won some money off of it. And I did get my little cut. You know, I gotta get my little cut. Um, but yeah, we're gonna do some predictions. Now, I'm only gonna make predictions like on fighters that I know. So like some fighters, I don't know. So yeah. All right, starting with the early prelims. Clayton Carpenter versus Jose Ochoa. Yeah, 125. Let me scroll down just a little bit. 125. Both in like the same spot of their career, as you can see. Pick them. Um, Clayton Carpenter, I feel like has the advantage with the grappling. Jose Ochoa, though, I believe he's younger as well. Can I click on this? Oh, I can. Shout out UFC for that. Yeah, 8-2. Oh, same record. He's a little bit taller, longer reach. He definitely has more power in the hands. That's my thing though. He definitely has more power in the hands, and let's see. Damn, I wish they had like just a, fight history like a short couple others. But Jose Ochoa definitely has more hands, and so yeah, I'm gonna take Jose Ochoa. Nah, by decision. By decision. I was gonna go knockout, but I just feel like both of these guys are durable. So I'm gonna go Jose Ochoa by decision. Uh uh Susakoyev. Susakoyev. I believe he debuted on 7 days notice or some shit like that. He fought on the Contender Series, and then like a week or two later, he fought again. He trains with Hamzat. I know he trains with Hamzat a lot. Um, who else does he train with? I'm not sure, but yeah, big Russian. Good grappling. Apparently, we haven't really seen it too much in the UFC. I've watched all his fights so far. Very very good with the striking, which is unusual for like a Russian in the UFC. Just going off the stereotype wrestling, But he did get held against the cage a little bit in that last fight, if I can recall properly. But DeJordan Santos, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched much of him at all. Actually, did he fight? He fought the one British middleweight, I think. Kind of Chris Leroy Duncan, I think the name is. Definitely for the next one we do these next week, I need to get a little bit more updated on mainly like their previous opponents. But yeah, Jordan Santos, I haven't watched that much, but I'm pretty confident in Sissoko. So I'm gonna go Sissoko by. Let's go by knockout. I think he gets it done by knockout. All right, Pat Sabatini. Pat Sabatini is like literally the perfect gatekeeper. Like he's good enough he beats like all the cans, bums, like he beats like solid people outside of like the top 15, but he's like right on the edge of the top 15. So great grappling too. Amazing grappling. Amazing jiu-jitsu and just grappling overall. Wait, you can see, man, UFC, you got to add previous fights. I mean, I guess I could, but that's a lot of editing. I don't feel like doing that. William Gomez, French dude. He's normally very entertaining on like all the French cards. Way longer fucking reach, especially in terms of legs. That's pretty important. And then way taller. Really, really fun striker. Really fun striker. But has struggled with some competition. So I'm gonna go Pat Sabatini, probably by decision. I'm gonna go with decision. Okay. Here's a good fight. This is a good fucking fight. Romo Kopylov. Don't know if I said that right. Sorry. Versus Marco Tulio. I know Marco Tulio has looked really good, and I believe he's only lost like another upcoming prospect. I think he's ranked now. Can't remember the name. But Roman Kopylov, I mean, he went toe to toe with like Gregory Rodriguez, Paulo Costa. I definitely have watched a lot more of him, a lot more of his fights. So might just be a little bit biased here, but I'm definitely gonna go with. Oh shit! Hold on. Next time I'm gonna be a lot more prepared, chat. I promise. It's the first time doing these predictions. So yeah, Roman Kopylov, great striking. He really has only lost to like more of the elite in the division. I know RoboCop isn't high in the rankings yet, but he's on a really good streak. And then obviously Paulo Costa, he's probably about to get the interim title shot if it don't go to Yuri. So I'm gonna go Roman Kopylov. I don't think he gets him out of there though. Marco Tulio is still good. I mean, he's also a really fun striker. So I'm still gonna go Roman Kopylov just by decision though. I don't think he gets him out of there. But sorry if I pronounced his name wrong. That's the end of the early prelims. And then we got old man Jim Miller. He's absolutely old as fuck. I think he said he wants to fight until like UFC 400 or something. That's fucking insane. How old is he? Does it have age? Like, come on, UFC. You guys got to pick this shit up. Don't even have fucking age on here. Maybe we use a different website for this shit. Versus Jared Gordon. Now, Jared Gordon is like most known for losing to Paddy Pimblett when it was really like he got robbed. But Jim Miller better on the ground. I just think he struggles to get Jared Gordon to the ground, and I think Jared Gordon has the better stand up than Jim Miller. So I'm gonna take Jared Gordon by decision. And that was the opening prelim. So yeah. Grant Dawson versus Mateusz Rumbetsky. I think that's how you pronounce that. Polish dude. I think he fought in KSW. Rumbetsky, One of the most entertaining fighters you'll ever fucking see. This dude is so well-rounded, but he takes so much damage. He is a fucking barbarian, a straight warrior. It does not matter who he's fighting. He's bringing that shit. Grant Dawson, more of a control wrestler. I'm not gonna lie. If you like the stand and bang, Grant Dawson's not for you. This is a piss break. I enjoy the grappling, so this is gonna be a good fight. But yeah, if you hate grappling, Grant Dawson's not your guy. Mainly just a control wrestler though. He really doesn't get finishes like that. So this is like a wild card pull. I'm going Mateusz Rebecki. I'm saying by knockout. Grant Dawson lost his last fight because he couldn't get the takedown and ended up getting knocked the fuck out, I believe, if my memory serves me correct. And I think Mateusz Rebecki knocks motherfuckers out. And I think he has good takedown defense. So I'm going to go Rebecki by KO. That's like my most bold prediction yet, I feel like. Yoel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amazov. I'm not going to lie. Have not watched most of them. Actually, he came from Bellator, I believe. I believe he came from Bellator. Yoel Alvarez, or I don't fucking know. Alvarez, I know he was a lightweight, struggled a little bit with making weight and shit. He went up to welterweight and fucking went to a UD with Vicente Luque, who's old as shit. So I know he has like the height advantage and the reach advantage. I think Yaroslav gots this shit down. I think Yaroslav wins. I don't think by finish. I think it's gonna be a fucking decision. But I got Yaroslav. He's one of like the Bellator goats. All right, Abta Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. I'm not gonna lie, Ozzy Diaz, that record is fucking deceiving. He's definitely a can. He's like an advanced can. He's an advanced bum. Sorry for the disrespect, but yeah. Abta Gautier, he's literally middleweight Francis Ngannou. Holy fuck, I am fucking up names so bad right now. Yeah, he hits like a fucking truck. This is like getting hit by at least like a fucking Hyundai, full speed. Also from Cameroon, just like Francis. But yeah, they're feeding Gautier another fucking can so he can get a highlight KO. He struggled a little bit in his last fight, but I think this is gonna be an easy fucking can crush. I really want him to start moving up the totem pole. Like I want to see you fight more impressive guys. All we're getting so far is fucking can after can after can. So I got Abta Gautier knockout, easily knockout. Oh, and that's the fucking final prelim. All right, let's get into the main card. King Green, Bobby Green, motherfucker. I'm not calling another grown ass man king. Versus Jeremy Stephens. Jeremy Stephens, good story, man. I mean, who the fuck is that guy? But at the end of the day, you know, he left the UFC, got a couple good wins in BKFC, and is back. He lost his last fight, but it was entertaining, so, you know, they keep him around. Fuck, I did not know that Bobby Green missed weight. He missed weight by 3 pounds. Holy shit. I think this is gonna be a stand and bang matchup, but I got King Green. I got Bobby. I got good old Bobby. Bobby bitch. I got him. Honestly, I'm gonna go by KO. I think Jeremy Stephens is just old as fuck now and has took a lot of damage. So and King Green, you know, he has that very loose striking where he keeps his hands down and just kind of picks at you, but then like he just can swarm. And Jeremy Stephens, like I really only see his only option to win this fight is just to hit him, like just catch him clean one time coming in and just a clean fucking shot. Jeremy Stephens still has hella power in his hands. That shit don't go away. All right, Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Now Buck, former middleweight, moved down to welterweight, got his diet in check and shit. Great knockouts, very powerful. Last fight got fucking dominated by Kamaru Usman, which, to be fair, he's like runner-up to GSP for the GOAT at welterweight. But, I mean, he did go and train with Usman, so I know he probably been working on the grappling. I just think Sean Brady is another fucking level of grappling. And yes, he did just get knocked out by Morales, but I just don't think Buckley is as like long of like a striker to where, yeah, they're the same height. He does have the reach advantage, but Buckley does, but Morales had that advantage where he was just fucking towering over Brady. Brady couldn't even get close. He was just getting clubbed. Joaquin Buckley is powerful, but I just don't think he'll be able to easily walk down Sean Brady. And I think Brady was damn near was about to have a title fight before Morales. He was the next guy. I think Brady gets it done by decision. I think he's going to drag him to the ground and wrestle fuck him. So, yeah. Actually, Sean Brady weighed in a pound underweight. I've always thought for a really long time, if Sean Brady really wants like a run at a title, he needs to drop down to 155. He might not be Ilya or like Armin, but he's strong enough to fucking muscle some people around. And I don't think he don't look huge for fucking welterweight. I really think he could cut down to 155 and he'd have a lot better chances towards a belt. All right. Volkov versus Acosta. Now, Acosta, new guy on the block, been working his way up. Great right hand, shorter, but he moves light on the feet, which is not usual for a fucking heavyweight. He's Dominican Papi. Dominican. No black. Dominican Papi. Volkov. He's been around for fucking ever, man. He got robbed by Cyril Gane. I feel like everybody knows that. And he recently beat Jailton Almeida. And yeah, that was a fucking snooze fest. And Almeida got cut after. But yeah, 6'7". He's. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, he got the reach advantage with the hands and the feet. He has the grappling advantage too. Volkov's been around the block, man. He used to fight in fucking Bellator. Like old Bellator too. Honestly, I got Volkov. I got him by decision. Even though I want Acosta to win, I would see him winning by knockout if he were to like duck real low and just like catch him with the right. But I think Volkov's gonna mix in the grappling and kind of pick at him, and I think he's gonna do that to a decision. All right, first title fight of the night, co-main event. My dog Joshua Van. 1, we got the same name. 2, I have been watching this guy since his short notice debut. I've watched every single Joshua Van fight in his fucking career in the UFC. So I'm just a huge fan of him. So yeah, I am a little biased toward Joshua Van. I've watched his journey since the first fucking fight. Voice crack right there. Sorry about that. I've watched him just pick motherfuckers apart. And the thing is, people think he's just gonna get ground and pounded in this fight. He has great takedown defense, and he hasn't been wrestling for long. He didn't even start wrestling until he was in the UFC, I believe. I've seen him been taken down before. He gets right back up. He has the best hands in 125. I don't give a fuck who you ask. He has the best boxing by far. And just so powerful. He's a fucking flyweight that can knock people out. And I know Manel Cap's out there, or Cape, Cop, whatever the fuck. I think Joshua Van beats Manel Cape. And he's going against Tatsuro Taira. Tatsuro Taira, his only loss was to fucking Brandon Royval. First 5 round fight, he definitely gassed. He got so fucking tired. You could just see it on him. You could just see the fatigue weighing on him. But yeah, his path to victory is gonna be hold Von. Actually, I apologize. Um, hold Von down and just ground and pound. Look for a submission. He does have great submissions. So yeah, he just wants to ground and pound. I got Joshua Von. And I got Joshua Von by KO. I think he's gonna find the shot. I think he's gonna defend the takedown. And yeah, I got Joshua Von walking out as the 125 flyweight champ. And he's going to get that rematch, but with Pantoja. The main event, second title fight of the night, 185. We got Khamzat Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. Now, I'm not going to lie. Every single time I pick against Sean Strickland, he fucking wins. But I'm sorry, Sean. I know you're supposed to have underrated grappling and blah, 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 blah. I don't think he has a chance with this shit, man. They also have Chimaev as 183 on the website. That's a fucking damn lie. He might have not even made weight for this fucking fight. That's a whole different other controversy. But he looked drained. This motherfucker is easily going to be in the octagon at 220. 230 probably. I wouldn't even surprise if he fucking gets all the way back up to 240. I know he started his camp out at 240. But yeah, Khamzat Chimaev, great streak. Was known when he first came into the UFC as like, I destroy everybody, and he'd fight all the time. Nowadays, fights maybe once a year, once every couple years. He don't fight much, but man, he fucking dominated DDP. But when he gets tired, mistakes happen. People forget, but in those last couple minutes of the DDP fight, DDP fucking started clipping him, and he almost got the rear naked choke, but clock expired. Saying that, I still have Chimaev. I think it's going to be by decision. I think Chimaev is going to ground and pound, wrestle fuck Strickland. I just think it's going to be nonstop, just wrestle fucking. That's what I think is going to happen. But Chimaev has power in the hands. And if Strickland's cardio is fantastic, so if Strickland can get him into that tired state like Usman did or DDP did in the 5th round earlier in the fight, Strickland does have a chance. And especially like we've seen Chimaev say fuck his coach's plan. Like he's like, yeah, nah, fuck the coaches. I'm going out there. I'm brawling. I'm the wolf. Blah, 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 blah. And he did that with Gilbert Burns. And Gilbert Burns rocked his ass a couple times. That was prime Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns was fucking his ass up a little bit. And Sean Strickland's a lot bigger than Gilbert Burns. A lot better striker, too. So I could definitely see Strickland. If Chimaev can't keep him down on the ground, Strickland has a humongous chance of fucking winning this fight. I don't think he gets a finish regardless, but I think Strickland can win. If he can keep it standing, Strickland got this, especially if Chimaev gets tired. Now, the other thing, though, Strickland has been doing the mind games. He's been doing the mind games. And I know Chimaev brought up him being a daddy's boy and, getting out-grappled by his father as a child. Yeah, we're just going to say out-grappled. Out-grappled as a child by his father and getting beat on by his pops. And that definitely struck a chord in Strickland. That was a deep gash. But he was also calling Chimaev a Chechnyan whore, which I'm gonna watch what I say because I'm not trying to get assassinated. In GTA, all in GTA. That's all fake. But yeah, he's definitely connected to some powerful people. But yeah, he was also calling him a goat fucker and all very offensive terms I don't agree with. That's why I'm not the biggest Sean Strickland fan. He'll come out and he'll say the most offensive shit about people and pick at like the most either racist or like weird shit. But then he gets so emotional when they bring up the fact that like, bro, you got beat up by your dad, and like child abuse and shit. So child abuse is too far, but like racist and like homophobic shit, that's all on the table. Yeah, I'm not the biggest Sean Strickland fan, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. But hey, I mean, this is the first time we've ever seen Chimaev like really riled up like that, like telling him, "Shut up, bitch. You're poor. I'm rich." All that shit. He's normally calm. Chimaev's normally pretty calm until he gets into the cage. So who knows? Strickland might have threw off his mental game, and he's gonna try and strike out there. And if he does, I think that is a horrible, horrible game plan. I think Strickland will win the fight. But if I'm just to give you my pick, I got Chimaev by decision and retains the middleweight belt. I think he said he's gonna go up to 205 after. So yeah, we're not gonna see that for very long. Yeah, those were all my picks, guys. If you gamble and lose a fuck ton of money, that is not on me. Go start selling your ass, I guess. So you're not homeless. But other than that, thank you for coming to the first ever edition of H2K Picks UFC 328. Strickland versus Chimaev, or Chimaev versus Strickland, whatever the fuck you want to say. And Newark, I can't fucking pronounce that. Newark, New Jersey. So yeah. Well, fuck with y'all, man. Hopefully I win you guys some money. But thanks for stopping by.